Struth, mate. Welcome to Tea Trail. I'm your host, Bruce. Today, coming to you from the Pacific, mate. We're in Australia. Look, there's the Seven Sisters just behind me. I'm in the bath. T-Red is in the bath. And this is Tea Trail, Nature's TV. Review of 2016. Hey, what go on? What an incredible year! Just what an absolutely mind-bogglingly, body-breakingly, reality-changing year that was. Oh my gosh! So, I suppose I should lay the objectives out. What were we hoping to achieve in 2016? Run 100 miles. I don't even think I ran a marathon this year, which is cool. Yeah, 2016 wasn't a productive running year for me. We'll get back to the running in just a second. What else did we highlight in the predictions for 2016? Well, what are we? I said, if money was no object, then I would make vegan food more available and I would take people out running. Which, yes, certainly on one of them, we came up trumps, and I think even on the second one, even though I didn't go running with people, I'd like to think I certainly spurred a few people to get their trainers on and get out the door. So I suppose, being as we started with ultra distance trail running, that's where we should commence this episode of Tea Trail, mate. Down under. So, yeah, January, quite possibly, I think, the best weekend of my life. And I don't like using that statement, because then quite often another weekend will come along and it'll just be so much better, maybe in different ways, but yeah, it was a beautiful weekend, right? So that was when I got to interview Mr. Ricky Lightfoot, the world-renowned ultra-distance trail running Solomon athlete, firefighter, an all-round incredible soul, just the most beautifully passionate man. So that was up in the lakes, and I went for a run with Ricky on the Saturday, and met some incredible people, including a New Zealander, Chip, mate, forget his name at the moment, Jesh, who I had quite an enlightening conversation with. And then on the Sunday, one of my good friends, Paul Arts, took me for a wee run over Skiddaw. Skiddaw is one of the 3,000 foot peaks. So in this country, it's classed a mountain, and it snowed quite heavily on that Saturday night. Running up Skiddaw on the Sunday, and specifically running down. Oh my gosh, just, oh my gosh. Like the wind coming across your face, must have been like -25. And even though we were probably 4 miles away from civilization, you felt so desolate and exposed and small. So Paul, thank you ever so much. That was just, oh my days, it was incredible. And as I checked into the youth hostel in Keswick, there were two boys turned up who lived in Bromsgrove, which is like the town next to me. They were mountaineers, really, really nice guys, Justin and I forget. But they gave me a lift back down home, which was so it was just a fairy tale weekend, right? A real fairy tale weekend. And then my next running appointment, I believe, was the Kielder Ultra, and I was down to do an 80k? No, a 50k. Wow, what an incredible outing that was, hey? So Kielder Water was, I think, maybe the second location for a scout camp I went on, which was like scout camps and scouts is an invitation to the grown-up world, away from mum and dad and supervisors who kind of don't so much maternally and paternally look after you. They give you freedom and keep a watchful eye on you. So many fond memories of that scout camp. Let's go back up and race around Kielder was just, yeah, a dream. Paul, the guy who took me up Skiddaw, was running the race. He set out to do the 100k. So on the morning of the race, oh my gosh, right, I recognised it before and I've mentioned it. It's so easy to get caught up in like the actual race that you forget yourself, and I'm oh yeah. After we'd run about like a mile and a half, and the person I was running with said we're doing just over 8-minute miles. What? So I did my shoelaces up and dropped back to my own pace. I didn't finish the race. That was quite incredible as well. So it snowed the night before the race. And on setting out, yeah, I just went way, way, way too fast. I'll be back in 1 second, right? I'm going to get this soap out. Oh yeah, there you go. So it snowed the night before, and setting out was just, oh my god, it was fairy tale again, total fairy tale. Running through the snow is, I think, one of my favourite things in the world. It is to run on clouds, which, oh my gosh, yeah, it's beautiful. So went out way too fast at the Kielder Ultra. And then about halfway into the second stage, I thought, I just haven't got this in me. So I thought I'd try and find my way back to checkpoint 2, which I did. Just took a lot longer than expected. And then waited around at checkpoint 2, someone gave me a lift home. Met some incredible people. And to be leading the pack for the first mile and a half, it's just suicide. Absolute suicide. So that was the start of April, I think, and then somewhere else in April, I went running with Anna Frost, which was just an incredible privilege and opportunity. Anna is, I suppose, in many ways Ricky Lightfoot's counterpart, female ultra-distance trail runner. Runs for Solomon. Gosh man, she's just so beautiful, mate. She's Antipodean. She's New Zealander, so I'm just going to slip into my Antipodean accent. Maybe. So it made me smile, running with Frosty. This was the first year that I started meditating daily, and meditation. So my first lot of meditation, my mantra, which in retrospect I've bitten off a bit too much, right? So my mantra was, I am prosperity, which yeah, in my mind I found it a little hard to imagine. It makes me smell right because the universe must have misheard my I am prosperity and changed it to I run with Frosty. It might have been a breathing thing, or maybe not. The universe doesn't get it wrong, right? The universe does not get things wrong. So yeah, I went for a run with Frosty in Cody Brennan, which is just the most beautiful woods in Snowdonia. It was one of the nicest journeys I've ever made. Just really beautiful. I had one of my most favourite synchronizations or synchronicities. I'll do a video on synchronicities. But then we got up to Cody Brennan. It was like super tipping it down when I got out there. And when I got out the tent in the morning, I pitched my tent in a bog, right, like in a proper bog. So we went up for the Saturday, met Anna Frost. I was hoping to get an interview off Anna. I didn't ask, right then. I think she would have. Who would deny a 5-10 minute video, mate, on T-Trail? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I had the Saturday, and whilst I was at that, I met a guy called Jimmy. President of America, Jimmy Carter. He was a vegan. We just kind of came together at the end of the day, mate, and yeah, it was incredible meeting Jimmy. Jimmy's popped up a couple of times in my life since then. And I'm due to meet Jimmy at the Snowdonia half. The Snowdonia Trail Marathon in 23rd of July, I think. I got some training to do, mate. So that was at Anna Frost. And then, like, that was in April. And then kind of just the most magical stuff happened at work. More I say at work, a job manifested itself for me. Right place, right time, mate. You know how the universe works. So, yeah, I started working or helping with a local community cafe charity project, mate, charity. I've been volunteering there for about 6 months, I guess, helping out with the youth side of things. It was almost a landslide, mate! Fuck! We almost lost the 7 sisters into the bath! So yeah, I've been volunteering there for about 6 months, and I was quite close to leaving. And then there was a mix-up on the board of committee member board. They had a meeting and went down. And then they said, if you've got any ideas, come along to the next meeting, which I did. And then at that point they said, look, if you want to be on the committee, mate, raise their hand. And everyone threw their hands in the air, like they just didn't care. And yeah, I got myself on the committee for the youth, which just, oh my gosh, man, what an incredible few months. So that's a nice one. We had the picnic in the park, which is a local event in Alfchurch, where local artisans, businesses, craftsfolk and the likes turn up and show off their wares and generally have a bit of a picnic in the park, mate. It's really, really nice to do. So as part of the lounge, which is where I worked, they had a marquee, and I took along a smoothie bike, mate, which was just out of this world. For my friends at King's Standing Food Community, who I volunteered with before that, and the smoothie bike just went down a treat, mate. Like the kids had already been to Pig Roast, to Donut Man, to somewhere else, and they still came along and had to go on a smoothie bike, over 100 smoothies in one day. It was easy, mate, did nothing. Just said, pound, please, mate. I supplied all the fruit. And I gave them a running commentary on where their bike was going and how quickly they were pedalling. It was ace. It was a really, really good day. So then lounge-wise and helping out the youth, yeah, my gosh, man, it went so well. Like, the children highlighted that they'd like to do a creative media studies type course. And there's a guy locally in the village who I'd met this year, I think. And he said, do you need any help down at the lounge, mate? And I said, quite possibly, mate, what's in your bag? And he said, creative media studies course, mate. So, fuck, mate, yeah, you can come down the lounge, mate. So, yeah, that went really well. I suppose that's like the bridge between the old and the new. I found myself working actually in the lounge, in the cafe, for a week. I've got catering skills, mate. They came in handy. They were going to close the lounge for a week, and I thought, you know what, I could help out there, and I could run the lounge for a week. And then from having helped out for a week, a new manager came in, and then I was there to help get Paul settled in. And kind of somewhere along the lines, it turned out that we became joint managers. So I looked after front of house and Paul looked after back of house. And Struth, mate, we really turned that place around. Like it had been open for 6 years beforehand. And it had never made a profit, like an operating profit, which was a new one to me. But I think within about 6 weeks of Paul and I being in, we were knocking on the profit door, which was quite incredible. The staff, the team that came in behind Paul and I were just totally dreamy. The customers, we lost a few, mate, when we came in, but then after about 2 or 3 weeks of us being in, they came back in, mate. They couldn't help but pick up on the good vibes, so they came back in. So work took up a lot of my time. I was only doing 2.5 days, but what with helping out with the youth. And then somewhere along the lines, mate, I tried out for a panto. I did. Being born on Shakespeare's birthday. Treading the boards is something I've always wanted to do, and I saw an advert for the Alpha Church Dramatic Society, and I thought, I'm going to give that a go. So I went down, and it was just the best couple of months here. Totally time consuming, which I get, considering the final product. I met one of my good friends who have been around since probably the Vic days, so about 16 or thereabouts, 16, 17. So yeah, I got myself like a lead role in the panto. He wasn't Australian, mate. He was in the Wild Wild West. My name was Michael Caine. No, it wasn't. My name was Wyatt Earp, but not the famous Wyatt Earp. And I took to the stage lying down. Literally, I took to the stage lying down. It was it was ace. So Yeah, as I mentioned in one of my videos beforehand, I just had too much. I lost my focus on one thing, which is something new to me, right? Something that I've started this year, which I aim to hone that skill this year coming. Panto was ace. After that, I had like a quiet week, just to kind of reflect on what was going on, how much I had on, and what I wanted to do. And then it was just kind of perfect here, as the universe generally always is, always the right time, right place. I went on a forest school training or an assessment week, which I'd started maybe June or thereabouts for the initial week, went back for the assessment week, and passed. And being in the woods for a week, my gosh man, there might be no Wi-Fi connection, but all the other connections, ding! So I came out of the woods just feeling so refreshed, and I suppose it gave me a chance to reflect back on the year, which has been just incredible, beyond belief. So where are we, man? Where did we finish 2016? I've got a race, just one, I think, in diary. I've got the V3K, which I deferred from this year. So I'm doing the Snowdon Trail Marathon in June. I've highlighted a 95 miler, which looks just glorious. But I'm not sure in 6 months. Do you know what? I've got it in me. I'm sure I have. I've gone through some pretty big changes this year, like physiologically and psychologically. I'm quite sure I can run 95 miles. It's pretty flat anyway. It's along the locks in Scotland. So for me this year, really, food. My gosh, food is it's the single most important thing you'll ever do. Before exercise, diet is everything. In 2015, I knocked on the doors of connectedness through changing my diet to a plant-based diet, and in 2016, the levels of guidance I received and love was just phenomenal. So in 2016, mate, you're gonna have to wait for the videos to come out on that one. I'm not giving away too much, but for me, just have less on my plate, concentrate more on that which I would like, and run and eat better. Do you know that? It's just a massive concern, isn't it? That even eating brown rice, you think, oh man. But after a week with coconut oil in there and turmeric, oh yeah, man, that stuff tastes good. So yeah, I improved my diet, get my running shoes back on, more videos, more creating, more sharing, and more living life, because yeah man, so this was the year I turned 40, years young. It's truth, mate. I've been your host, T-Red, in the tub, and this has been T-Trail. It's good to see you all. See you all soon. In the Pacific, mate. Be present, be free, be love, and look after yourselves. You are incredible. Peace. Was that dramatic enough, mate?